And just like that, we're off. 8 cars, allegedly ruining lives. This is the kind of case where you think it's about parking, but spoiler alert, it's really about control. Be honest, how many cars is too many before you'd be annoyed too?
Today on Judge Porter.
How many cars are we talking about?
Sometimes 6, sometimes 8.
8 cars?
Sometimes.
Okay, are these maybe parties or something?
No, Your Honor. It's her family. There's a ton of them that live there, and they all have their cars. It looks like a used car lot outside of my house.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Porter presiding.
Everyone, please be seated. Case number 9043, Marilyn Sumner versus Christina Milford. Ladies, can you please come to the podium? Ms. Sumner, Ms. Milford, hello, ladies.
Hello, Judge Porter.
Hello, Judge Porter.
Tell me that's a stuffed animal.
No, this is my emotional support dog that I had to get because of her.
Okay, I guess I will allow it. Do you have the documentation to show
do.
that?
I do. It's on my phone, but it's sitting back at the bench.
Okay, I will allow it. What's your support animal's name?
Nugget.
Nugget? Like Denver Nuggets? Like the
Like
basketball
chicken
team?
nugget. Like a nugget of gold.
Like a nugget of gold.
Oh my God.
He's pure luxury.
I can see
You're a
that.
little mutts.
Now, I'm just curious, does your support animal know the rules of this court as far as not speaking out of turn? In other words, he's
I
not going to be
promise you.
yapping and barking or...
I promise you he does not.
Okay, all right. So, Ms. Sumner, you brought this lawsuit. You're suing Ms. Milford in the amount for $171,000 in damages?
Yes.
What did she do to you?
She is a nuisance to our whole neighborhood.
No. I'm not concerned about the entire neighborhood. I'm just concerned about you.
She has brought down the property value of our neighborhood because she has just been a nuisance to me. She has all of these cars that are parked in front of her house and mine.
How many cars, give or take?
Sometimes 6, sometimes 8.
8 cars?
Sometimes.
Okay, are these maybe parties or something?
No, Your Honor. It's her family. There's a ton of them that live there, and they all have their cars. It looks like a used car lot outside of my house.
Okay. Well, I guess my question is, how does the 8 cars affect you to the point where you're saying I need $171,000 in damages?
Well, let me tell you, Your Honor. We live in a very luxurious community. It's very upscale, and these cars are not luxurious at all.
Okay.
Like they just look like they've brought down the property value.
Okay.
I mean, people come in to look at our houses and they just think it's a junk community because of all these cars.
Are you preparing to sell your house or anything like that?
I'm not right now, but I will tell you that some neighbors are, and they won't speak up because they're scared of her.
Okay, so you're saying that the value of your house has
Depleted.
decreased because of your... Now, are you next door neighbors?
We are.
Okay. All right, please continue.
Her son rolled up the other day in this big jacked up F-250, I think it is. And I mean, it's just one more thing in front of my house, another car. And she says that, it's none of my business or whatever. And I have friends over.
Let me ask you this.
sometimes.
How did you come across the part where the valuation of your property has diminished?
Because I see realtors come in with people all the time to look at other houses in the community, and nothing sells.
But you don't know with certainty the reason why the property value in your community is going down. You can't sit here and say it's because of this, because there's usually factors that take place. But you
Well,
can't
it
say
looks
that.
junky, so I'm
It
sure
looks-
it's a factor.
Okay, and that's damage to the possibility. So, what is the 171 from the price of what you believe your home is worth?
It's from depletion of my home and then embarrassment when my friends come over. Some of them are like, "What is going
So
on
that's
out
why
front?"
you had to get the emotional
Yes.
nugget because you're stressed out about
That's right.
the fact that
She just makes my blood boil.
Miss Milford, I need you to explain to me what's going on because I'm very close to taking some aspirin, and I'm allergic to aspirin, but for right now, I'm willing to take it. So please tell me what is this all about?
You feel my pain exactly, and you just met her in one day. This lady is a mess. I have every right to live in that neighborhood. I work hard. I live over there 30 years.
Okay.
30 years. And my family, we cause no problems. She calls the police.
She made an allegation that you have 6 to 8, if I'm gonna remember,
Depending on
6
the
to
day,
8
Judge.
cars, depending. I'm assuming you say that fluctuates depending.
Yes.
Cars in front of your house. Is there some fact behind that?
It's true because I come from a big family. We're a very loving family. We're always there.
How many? I'm just curious.
eating.
How many bedrooms in that house?
Well, we have 4 bedrooms,
Okay.
but they don't all live there. I have a big family. We love each other. I have a garage. Some of the cars are in the garage. I mean, it's not bothering her, but she's always looking, finding ways to mess in our business.
So we can get some clarification, and so she can have some clarification. Why do you have so many cars? How many people live in your house? Let's start with that.
It's 3 of us.
3 of us.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that you have family members that visit quite often?
Yes.
Okay.
And she
All
doesn't
right.
have to know who lives there or who doesn't.
That is true.
You
That is
know,
true. I just
but-
wanted to make sure that we have some type of understanding here. Because sometimes what happens is there's a misunderstanding
Yes.
between neighbors, and if we can here in the court, we try to resolve that situation and say, hey,
No.
what you're thinking is this when it's really this, and okay,
Right.
so
Not gonna happen with this one and her little pet Scruffy.
now here's my question. Here's my question. I understand that Ms. Sumner here has an issue with the cars. Is there a homeowners association
Yes.
for this complex?
Yes.
What has the HOA said about this?
Nothing.
We are 2 minutes in, and we already have an emotional support dog named Nugget. Courts usually allow this only if there's documentation, but more importantly, it signals emotional distress, which she's clearly tying to her damages claim. Question is, can a dog justify $171,000?
This
So
is
the
all
HOA
that she's coming up with. Because the real reason, let me be honest, Your Honor, let me be honest. It's not even about the cars.
Okay, what's the issue?
It's about who she thinks should be in that neighborhood. She wants luxury. She wants Lamborghinis. We don't have to. I work hard. I don't have a Lamborghini, and she thinks that that's what everybody should have.
Okay.
I don't roll like
All
that.
right, hold on, because I didn't hear her say anything remotely close to that. Is there
yeah.
some truth to what she just said? I'm assuming you've got to talked about this before.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is there some truth to that?
we live in an upscale neighborhood. Don't
Okay.
park your half.
Say it. Say it. You better watch your
Don't
mouth.
park
lady.
your Hyundai on the street.
Okay,
she goes.
now.
You see?
Okay, hold on.
Woo! Let me get her.
Miss Sumner,
Woo,
ma'am, let me
baby,
ask you a
baby.
question. Are you, part of your concern is, okay, how do I say this? Okay, you have a concern not so much about the amount of cars there, but the type of cars?
Well, the caliber of car does make a difference. When you're coming into a luxurious community like ours, you shouldn't see
What's the going rate
underrated
for
cars on
What's
the
the
road.
going rate for houses in this community? I'm just curious. Give or take.
700 to 1.2 million.
Okay. So, okay. All right. And you believe that, let's say for argument's sake, let's say the house is 1.5 million. Okay? You believe that people who live in houses, because I'm not going to ask how much your house, I'm not going to do that in court.
Okay.
But let's say that her house is well, obviously your house is in those parameters.
Yes, nice house.
You believe that a person should have a certain type of car if they live in a certain type of neighborhood, correct?
Well, your car should match your status. Absolutely.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never heard that before in my life. Let me ask you this, Ms. Sumner. Do you also believe that a person's clothes should match their status?
Well, I think that you should dress to impress. Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Do you have any children?
No.
Okay. Because the reason I ask you that is because here's the thing. I had a situation here in this courtroom one time where a gentleman, I forgot what he did for a living, but he was a multimillionaire. He's doing quite well for himself. And he had a son who was in college. And the son wanted a, if I can remember correctly, it was Ferrari, some type of exotic sports car. Now, the father could afford the car. There was no doubt about that. The father could afford the car, but he gave his car he gave his son a different type of car because he says, I'm going to give you something to get you from point A to point B. Because the lesson he wanted to give is you have to learn in life that you have to earn certain things. So the luxury exotic sports car that he wanted, that his father could clearly pay for, he had to learn that. Hey, I can do it, but it is what it is. You have to earn that. Now, I don't know the situation with these people and the cars that they have. I'm not going to even ask about that. But here's my thing. Why does the image of something, why is that so important to you?
Because I worked hard. And when people come to visit me, I don't want them to see trash on the street.
But your trash, what you consider trash, are these vehicles, right?
Yes.
Like you said, it's a Hyundai, correct? I don't know how much a Hyundai goes for. I'm not very good with prices and stuff. I know how much the car I drive costs. Okay, pretty penny, I remember that. I remember one I bought for my wife, I remember that. But what I'm saying to you is, someone could look at your outfit and say, wow, she must have got that from a thrift store.
Well,
Okay.
they would be sadly mistaken.
But it's an image to somebody else.
Right.
Because you're putting your value system on somebody else. And someone who lives in, say, I don't know, a $25 million home could probably look at you and say, man, look at her outfit. Oh my gosh, she must be doing bad. Look what type of car she's driving. Does that devalue you as a person?
No, but they don't have to look at it every day when they come home.
This is true. But what I'm saying is you're putting value in something that has no value. I don't know what type of car you drive, but I don't know. If your car gets stolen today or tomorrow, does your insurance company take care of you the same way her insurance company is going to take care of her if her cars are stolen today or tomorrow?
Probably.
Yes.
Why are you putting value in material things? Who cares what type of car it is? Because at the end of the day, does this car get me from point A to point B? Are you paying for the gas that goes in those cars? Those people, do they work? The people in your house?
Yes.
They work.
Very nice.
The car
jobs.
gets them to jobs. Who cares what kind of car it is? There's a player in the National Basketball Association right now, $1 million contract.
Yes.
$1 million contract. The guy drives a 1995 Chevy Suburban.
Here's the legal problem. Being annoyed is not the same as being damaged. To win money for loss of property value, you need proof, appraisals, expert testimony, actual sale losses. Vibes don't cut it. Would you buy this argument without hard numbers?
Exactly.
That guy can buy any car he wants because to him, it's just whatever. That's valuable to you? What type of car it is? What is that?
It's diminishing our property values.
You have not proven that. That is just something that you are saying, ma'am.
All right, fine, Judge. Fine.
So as you probably already guessed, I am not going to grant you this $171,000. I'm going to throw this case out.
Amazing.
But if you have a concern about why the rates are diminishing in the neighborhood, I would suggest that you get in contact with a real estate agent. They could probably answer, hey, it's because whatever. You know, it could be because maybe they're building an apartment complex within the immediate area. It could be 1,000 different reasons. It could be because people say, you know what, this area kind of sucks.
Yes.
Or it could be someone saying, you know what, there's
Because
a
all
lady.
your cars are on the street.
Ladies. It could be because somebody's saying lady. Because somebody said, you know what, there's a mean lady that lives down the street that has a little dog. Oh my gosh, she's annoying.
Your Honor.
And everybody in the neighborhood says, oh my God, we hate this lady.
Amazing.
And it's causing our property value to drop. That is another reality.
Your Honor, may I please say something to that statement that you just said? That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
exactly right. This lady, no one gets along with her. She called the police on our family and said that we had a noise nuisance. No, nothing happened because of that, but she is trying to get us out. She thinks she can predict who can be in the neighborhood, how they're supposed to look, how they're supposed to dress, and no one gets along with
Did you
her.
do that? Did
or
you
her
contact
pet
the Mango Park Police
Nuggets.
They were
Department?
having a party. They were having a party. It just happened to get quiet right before the police came.
Wow.
Okay, all right. Did the homeowners association complain about the party?
No.
Have you taken any of your concerns to the homeowners association?
Yes.
And what have they said about it?
Nothing so far.
Hey.
So maybe the problem
What?
isn't her. Maybe the problem is you and your perceptions.
Exactly.
I see what I see every day.
I understand that. But what I see is a woman who feels entitled. That is what I see.
I see
And,
that too.
and I'm sorry that you have that sense of entitlement. You know, how do you go through life feeling that you're better than someone? I need you to explain that to me. How does that work? You know, let me ask you a question. If your house were to catch on fire and you needed help, and this woman was at your front door, would you tell her, no, go away, I don't need your help? Or would you accept whatever she's willing to do to help you and Nugget? You see what I'm saying? Be nice and kind to people. Everybody. Because you never know when you may need that person for whatever. Just being nice, it's a good thing. It's a beautiful feeling. Hell, she may be able to take Nugget to the vet if something happens to you and you can't do it. You ever thought about that? Just be nice to people. Be kind.
And Your Honor, I gotta say something too. My cars are paid for, so I'm not trying to live like the Joneses and
Yeah, that's the other thing. Don't
yeah.
try to live above your means. I don't know your financials. We're not going to get into that in court. But as long as they're not doing anything to you physically, why do you care? It's hard enough to just be,
God.
just enjoy life for what it is, man. Nugget's not complaining. All right? Like I said, your case is dismissed. Have a nice day.
I would like to say thank you to Judge Porter for, dismissing this case because it didn't make any sense. It's just this privileged behavior, and it's just time to just be done with that. I just want to live in my house. I want to be able to be happy with my family, and that's it. And I'm just grateful for the decision. So thank you.
Nuggy, I don't think I agree with that judge. I think he was just ignorant to the whole situation. I'm just not happy. I'm not happy at all with this verdict. Those cars are just junking up our neighborhood, and I'm just done with it. I think I'm going to put my house on the market. It's ridiculous.